Welcome back to Off the Dome with Don, the Don Dada, the Don Corleone, the Don Juan, Don, whatever you want to call me, man. And welcome back to another episode. I'm feeling great today. Hope you feeling good today. If you ain't feeling good, I hope you feel better later. But whatever you going through, just sit back and relax and just chill and tune in to Off the Dome because we straight off the dome, no script. First topic we gonna get in today, man. Clout versus respect. And what I mean by that, a lot of people be chasing clout. And they want attention. They want to be the man. They want all the glitters and the glamour. But they don't be having no morals with it. And what I mean by that, there's a lot of people out here that'll sell their soul for anything. Just to get to the top. Just to get some money. Cross their homie. Cross their girlfriend. Cross their brother. Cross their family members. Just to get it to the top. Like, you can put $1 million in a pot full of 5 people in the house. And everybody, split it up rationally. You go to sleep and wake up. That same $1 million that you put in a jar in the middle of the house, not gonna be that same $1 million when you wake up. And I mean that wholeheartedly because a lot of people, they'll just do anything to get to the top or get where they need to be at, because I wouldn't necessarily call it selfish. It kind of is selfish, but at the same time, I wouldn't really call it selfish because, there's a way to get everything you want without putting down other people, doing what you got to do to get to the top, and just doing things morally wrong. And that's my thing where I come into a respect part. Because a lot of people, they be just having really a lot of problems with themselves because, they do things that's kind of grimy, kind of lame, slimy, shisty, whatever word you want to, And me, I won't really never want to be one of them people. Or let me rephrase it. When I had my little phase in the past where I started doing things, I wasn't supposed to be doing. And, I had a little point where it was like, man, this ain't right. I felt morally wrong. Deep down, I had a little heart feeling like this don't even feel right, bro. And this ain't me. And it takes a lot for me to even say that on the camera because, a lot of people ain't gonna never admit that. But I can admit it. I used to do things that I was like, man, this don't even feel right, bro. And I know it's wrong. But everybody ain't perfect. Everybody make mistakes, and I done served my karma for it. But back to the respect part. A lot of people be having clout and they think people respect them. But as soon as their money get low, their image get tarnished, people are not rocking with them no more, people start talking trash about them, that's when people start throwing them down the drain. And they realize I ain't never really had respect. I just had my little moment at the top. Or, had my little moment, my 5 seconds of fame, you would say. And the respect part is a lot of people have been down, a lot of people have been up. But regardless of that, a lot of people, you wouldn't know they were down or up the way they carry themselves. And that's a respect thing about them. Like, they carry themselves the same way, whether they're rich, poor. I'm not going to say necessarily rich, but, financially in a good spot. They carry themselves the same way. Like, you wouldn't know if somebody was up 100 M's or they were down $0. But a lot of people with clout, you can kind of tell quickly when it's gone because they become a whole different person. They shift to a whole different type of aura. And it'd be like, dog, what 50 Cent be saying, homie? In high school, you was the man, homie. I seen it a bunch of times, and I ain't perfect at all. You know what I'm saying? I'm not down talking on nobody for real, but you know what I'm saying? I think people need to understand respect and clout. Because clout, anybody can get clout. Anybody can just be up and everybody gonna like somebody because they got money. I'm just be real. You see somebody with money, everybody just immediately want to be around and want to hang with them. Same way if you got a car or not. When you ain't got no car, don't nobody want to hang out with you. Don't nobody need nothing. As soon as you get that car, hey man, can you take me over there? Can you go do this? You want to go to this party tonight? You want to do this? As soon as that car gone, your phone quiet again. And that's what I'm saying with the clout part. A lot of people be having clout for the things that they have, not the things that they done. Well, Let me rephrase that. You can have clout for the things you done and the things that you have, but at the same time, people still don't respect you. Vice versa, people can respect you and you not have nothing. You don't have no, you don't really have no accolades or nothing that you done in the past, but people, they genuinely respect you because you're just you. You're not trying to be somebody. You're not who you are. You're not switching up on nobody for, your little 5 seconds of fame, or you're not trying to do grimy things or slimy things to climb to the top. You're just being you. And you can take this advice or leave it. That's just me off the dome. Because, it's just been on my mind a lot. And I think a lot of people respect money more than they respect people. And a lot of people get money and they just think they can just treat people how they want to treat people, talk to people how they want to treat people because they know they probably got more money than them. Or at least that's what they think. And then when stuff hit the fan, they realize, like, dog, they only was around me for the money. They only were hanging with me for the money. She only was with me for the money. She didn't really, really like me. And I hate when some people find it out too late, because that's the clout. You just had clout for a little moment. Clout don't last forever, in my opinion. Don't get me wrong, celebrities always got clout because, they're celebrities. They're always going to be seen on the TV. Things we see on TV and be like, dog, I'm trying to be like him. I'm trying to dress like that. Like, iconic things happen. That's clout and stuff like that. But in my opinion, clout is a drug. Because people will do anything for their little 5 seconds of fame to go viral, their little 5 seconds of whatever you want to do, just to, for attention. And me, I'm just not an attention seeker. I'm not an attention seeking person no more. I used to want a lot of people attention when I was growing up, my little younger days. But then I started realizing at the end of the day, it's just going to be me. So why should I really do or move based on people's attention or trying to get people's attention or how they want me to live, how they want me to act, how I'm going to please people? For example, this podcast. You may like my podcast, you may not like my podcast. You may watch it, you may not watch it. You may clown it, you may praise it. But I'm not doing it for attention. I'm doing this because I genuinely want to do this podcast. I'm just trying to give, game to people. I'm just trying to give advice to people. You may think like, man, this dude a clown. Man, I ain't about to listen to nothing he's saying. That's all right. I'm not living for you. I'm living for myself. And you should be living for yourself. And I ain't going to dwell too much on this because, you know what I'm saying? I just had to get a little bit off my chest on this little topic. But people need to start learning clout versus respect, because clout can fade away any second. Respect lasts a long time. For example, go look at a lot of old movies, a lot of hood movies. That one dude in the park, like it'll be that one person in the park or that one person up the street. He might not even have nothing to his name. He might be homeless, but people always respect him because they like, yeah, hey, he a respectable person. He always keep it real with people. Versus somebody that just go get their own stuff and people don't even like him because he like, man, he got his money. He think he just talk to people like that, treat people like that, or people don't even be realizing clout can make them lame. But that's all we got for that topic, though. I hope, you don't take it with a grain of salt at all, because, I don't mean to offend nobody or talk down on nobody. I just had to keep it real with people, because sometimes we just got to be real with folks about stuff like this, because we be normalizing too much stuff and glamorizing too much lame stuff for clout and not respect. And, I'm going to just leave it like that, man. The lies we normalize. And what I mean by that, it's a lot of weird stuff that's getting normalized nowadays. And nobody want to say nothing about it. Or they scared to say something about it. Or they adapt to it. And me? I just see weird stuff every day nowadays. Like, a lot of things that weren't going to be accepted back in the day or tolerated back in the day is highly tolerated now. I ain't talking about like regular basic stuff like people liking what they like, people doing what they do. I'm talking about like men don't need help. Men should be tough. Men's mental health don't matter. Men's mental health most definitely matters. Women's mental health most definitely matters. Men need help and women need help. And I don't know why it's so much of a debate nowadays. No man should be going 50-50 with a female. He should be doing 70-30, paying all the bills. He should be doing this. No female should be catering to a man if he ain't do this for that. He ain't buy him nothing. He ain't giving him, she ain't. All right, I'm getting a little too deep into the topic because, it's a little PTSD. But, like, both sides, it's like, why are we always at war with genders nowadays? I don't understand it. A man can change a tire, a female can change a tire. A man can work a 9 to 5, a female can work a 9 to 5. A man can be a stay-at-home husband, a female can be a stay-at-home wife. Why is that such a debate nowadays? I don't understand it. If I love my girl and I want to pay all the bills, I don't want her to touch nothing, that's cool. If I'm struggling or, I'm still up and I still want to go 50-50 with my girl, that's cool. That don't mean I love her no less or I like her more than I already did. It's just how it is. And it's normalized, but like the world try to make it seem like it's not normal. Like I can go, go talk to somebody and they be like, oh yeah, she pay all the bills or he pay all the bills. Or, oh yeah, I go 50-50 with him. I go 50-50 with her. And I don't look at it no differently. I look at it all the same. Like, okay, y'all got y'all agreement down. Y'all doing what y'all got to do to survive. I'm not in y'all shoes, so why should I be speaking on y'all situation? I can only worry about my own situation. Or, oh, you depend on them for help. You depend on them for this. It ain't depending on nothing. When you're in a relationship, it's a unit. Whether people want to realize it or not, you and that person are the same person, in my opinion. Because if your girl, that's your girl. Her name is attached to you. If that's your boyfriend, that's your boyfriend. His name is attached to you. Like, it's just real basic knowledge. I think a lot of people are trying to throw away common sense nowadays. Just because they'll go listen to some rap music, they'll go listen to some R&B, or they'll go listen to country music too. Even though I don't listen to country music, but they'll just go listen to what somebody else got to say about their life and then try to implement it on their life. And I don't understand that at all. Because whether you believe it or not, we need each other. Everybody in the world needs each other. The world needs women to run the world. The world needs men to run the world. Some can work blue collar. Some can work all up in, like, you know what I'm saying? Some do what they got to do. May not respect some, like, or what they got to do, but it's still, they do what they got to do to handle what they got to handle in their life. And even if you don't like it, don't go crucify them. Don't go downplay on them. Don't go talk down on them because you're not in their shoes. No matter how much you know about them, you still not in their shoes. You don't know what they got to do. And I'm getting tired of, like, the media and the world just normalizing, like, we don't need each other. Or, like, how can I say it? We don't need each other, or we can do all bad by ourselves because nobody's self-made. We all came out of each other's mamas. Like, nobody is self-made. Like, your mama had to give you milk. Make sure she had to make sure you was good all of it so you can take care of yourself. We need each other. We need our moms, we need our dads, we need our husbands, we need our wives. Everybody need each other. And I'm tired of the world. They're trying to normalize people don't need each other because we most definitely do. Because the moment something go wrong, everybody wants somebody to come take care of them, somebody come protect them, somebody, to love them. Everybody wants love, whether they gonna admit it or not. No matter how tough they act or how shallow they act, everybody wants love. And another lie I never understood. And I'm gonna just be real. Why does everybody claim they got motion? Why does everybody claim they got motion? Motion ain't having a bunch of girls hitting your phone or, a bunch of people wanting to, like, hang out with you, this and that. That ain't motion. And everybody got their own opinion. Everybody got their own opinion of motion. My opinion of motion is you bettering yourself every day. And then you just happy to be up every day you wake up. You love your life. That's motion in my opinion. A lot of people get emotion confused with a lot of other things, but in my opinion, that's motion. Like you always got something good going for yourself. No matter if you low on your money, you still got a good attitude. Whether you high on your money, you still got a good attitude. That's my opinion of motion. Like you always just got an uplifting attitude. Everybody around you getting uplifted when you around. You know, every time you walk, it's just like you smiling. That's my opinion of motion. Like, dog, he got emotion. Like every time I see him, he happy. She got emotion. Every time I see her, she happy. Man, like that's my opinion of motion. Everybody got their own opinion of motion. It ain't not sitting here saying like, oh, how he gonna tell me what motion is? I just don't believe motion is just having a bunch of people hitting your phone, wanting to hang out with you, wanting to be with you, you know what I'm saying? It just always being happy to be alive, just going on with the day, always having an uplifting attitude, a positive attitude. That's my definition of motion. And a lot of people don't be having it. They be, what them old heads be saying? They be pump faking on the net, acting like they got motion, pump faking in real life, acting like they got motion. It ain't nothing wrong with not having motion, but you should be working towards having motion. You know, a lot of people have different words for motion, but like, you should just be trying to better yourself 1% every day. Like my old coach used to say. You should be just trying to better yourself 1% every day. And that's what I feel like motion is. Like motion is, you're just trying to get better every day. You're just always in a good mood. Or even if you're not in a good mood, you're at least trying to be in a good mood. Or trying to do better for everybody or for yourself. And that's why we need to just start normalizing the truth and start lying to people, because you're gonna mess around and lie and put yourself in a situation you ain't gonna be able to get yourself out of it because, oh yeah, I got this going on. Then when the moment comes, you gotta make it look good for the last second. Then you gotta worry about the after effects. And then you realize, man, I shouldn't even did all that just for that little moment, just that little day. Don't get me wrong, moments last forever. You ain't gonna always have moments forever. I mean, let me rephrase that because that sounded crazy. Memories last forever. Moments don't last forever. Don't get me wrong. The moments be hard, be tough, be cool, be fun. But you can't live in the moment for your life, dog. You gotta think about the after effects, and you gotta think about what's gonna happen after this, what's gonna happen after that. Cause you always gonna have a memory, but you ain't gonna always have a moment, and you gotta think smart in the moment. Don't get me wrong. Still have fun, do what you gotta do, but don't be pump faking like you got motion, and you really don't, just for that little moment. You gotta think about the after effects and long term down the road. Still have fun for sure, but don't go splurge like you Big Meech. Just like, be like, dog, I done put myself in a hole just for that little moment, just because I live life. Please don't do that. And I'm talking from past experiences, man. I ain't just making up stuff. I'm talking from real past experiences, because I'm trying to get a game to you for free. Not trying to charge you. Just trying to give you some game for free. The Philadelphia 76ers have traded Paul George, a.k.a. Podcast P, to the Boston Celtics for Jaylen Brown. You know, Dre, when I first seen this trade, I thought it was AI. I'm going to be real. I thought it was AI. You don't trade Jaylen Brown for Paul George. You don't trade Paul George for Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown, a couple years ago, him, Tatum, the Celtics, they went and won a ship. They had a foundation. They had a little thing going on. Jaylen Brown, proven scorer, great player, do what he got to do. You know what I'm saying? Paul George, great player. His prime done passed him a little bit, but he can still get you buckets. But the trade doesn't fit at all, in my opinion, for the Celtics. In my opinion, y'all better all trading Jason Tatum for Paul George. Look. The only reason I say I would trade only reason I would rather say Jason Tatum over, I say trade Jason Tatum over Jaylen Brown. Look at the fit though. Paul George and Jason Tatum, they got like, I ain't gonna say similar frame, but they both bigger than Jaylen Brown. Paul George and Jason Tatum, like, I don't even know they can both start on the floor at the same time. Cause like, the way Jason Tatum plays like way different than Jaylen Brown play. But the way Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum play, they adapted to each other and they had the chemistry already there. Now I flip to the Sixers. They got Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, they got VJ over there. You know what I'm saying? They got a little squad over there. I don't see how Jaylen Brown kind of like fits into that narrative. Because on the Sixers side, I could understand if you traded Tyrese Maxey for Jaylen Brown. I could understand that trade. You know what I'm saying? Like, you trading two guards for each other. But Paul George for Jaylen Brown? I'm not down talking on Paul George. Paul George would be one of my favorite players at one point in time. But Paul George for Jaylen Brown. I don't know what Boston was thinking with that. I know I've been seeing the trade rumors a bunch about Jaylen Brown, but I still don't think he should have been traded at all. I think the Celtics had their foundation, their dynasty intact. They should have just kept what they had going, and they shouldn't have messed it up because they just want to ship with it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I know Jay Tatum just came off of a, injury, and he had to get back in his flow, and the Sixers got him in the playoffs. But, I feel like, I ain't going to say it was a fluke, but I feel like it won't really, it just won't that year. But you don't trade Jaylen Brown for Paul George or Paul George for Jaylen Brown. I wish the NBA would have avoided the trade. Because, like, with Paul George, you get kind of like a more retired, I ain't going to say retired, but you get more like a seasoned veteran. He just kind of play his role, do what he got to do. Jaylen Brown more one of them, at some point in time, he could take over the game, do what he got to do. He would bring that little it factor to the court. And I think the Sixers are going to benefit more off of this trade more than the Celtics because I hate to say it, but Jason Tatum, he gets hurt a lot. So, they can't really like, they can depend on him, but as soon as he get hurt, what they going to do? Look at Paul George?
I think they just threw Paul George in there because it's like 2 first-round draft picks and 2 second-round draft picks. So they just threw Paul George in there. Like, you can take this too. Because it ain't really right, though. Because you ain't going to just do that straight up, like, trade him.
Yeah, and it's like I said, like, what are the Celtics going to do if Jason Tatum get hurt? Lord forbid he get hurt. But, I don't know. I don't know. I would love that you would trade to my Chicago Bulls, though. I would love that. I would love Paul George or Jaylen Brown either way. I ain't care. But we're going to talk about my Bulls right now. We just going to pray and hope for my Bulls this season. And LeBron James is a free agent. Chicago Bulls. Go ahead and unretire that number 23 for the time being. We can get the king for the time being, get LeBron James. This is my recruiting pitch to him, Rich Paul. I think that's his name. His agent, I apologize if I said his name wrong. Man, get him on the Bulls, man. We'll love him in Chicago. I feel like he's the one we're going to unretire number 23 for him. He can get some good little years. We can even bring Bronny over. We'll take Bronny. I think Bronny is a great player. But LeBron James, this is my recruiting pitch to you. Please come join the Chicago Bulls. LeBron James in Chicago it's cinema. It's cinema. I see about 3 championships. Just like the old days with the Bulls. So LeBron, if you see this podcast, Rich Paul, whatever his agent name is, whoever support LeBron, get Chicago a chance, man. Come holler at me. Get Chicago a chance. Now we finna get into the football world. Again, Like last episode, talked about my Philadelphia Eagles. I've been looking at mini camp videos, training camp, off-season workouts. My opinion, we look like we finna win the Super Bowl. I hate to say it, but I feel like AJ Brown. I feel like us trading AJ Brown helped us out a lot more because now we got the money to do a lot of things now. Don't get me wrong, I still love AJ, great player, future Hall of Famer. But look at our receiving core now. We got Smitty, we got Makai Lemon, we got Elijah Moore, we got Wicks, we got some players. Dallas Goedert, Eli Stowers, we got some weapons. Saquon Barkley, Tank. We got some weapons. Like, defense, we still got everybody. We need to sign Jalen Carter to a long-term deal because we need him. I feel like it's going to be another Super Bowl year for my Philadelphia Eagles. I'm going to inform y'all every week about, all the changes, all the adjustments we doing. Defense look great. D-line look great. Everything looked good, smooth sailing into the season. Not going to talk too much about my Eagles today. I see a Super Bowl winning season coming up. But we are going to talk about my NC State Wolfpack today. NC State. I'm a long-time fan. Can we please get it together this year? Can we please get it together this year, man? We got a 6'6" quarterback, CJ Bailey. He is a great quarterback. Gonna be a quarterback in the league one day. We started out 4-0 last season. And then it just went downhill from there. We still made a bowl game. You know what I'm saying? But like, State, can we just have one of them seasons where we just win the ACC? Don't get me wrong, basketball, y'all do what y'all got to do every now and then. But football, we ain't never got over that hump. Like, we been ranked, but we ain't never got over that hump. Can y'all please get over that hump? I'm speaking for my fellow NC State fans. We're tired of being here. I hate to say it, but we're tired of being the little brother to UNC and Duke. We're tired of just being overlooked in all sports because we're really the best school out. We got the best traditions. We got the best mascot. We got the best culture. Can we stop being here and start being there? It gets to a point where you got to stop being okay with being regular. And you got to start putting on. You got to start popping it. Please. State, please. Every sport, just not football. Please, can we start popping it? I'm tired of this. I want to see State win a natty in something. This ain't Jimmy V. I want to see State win something. Please, can we pop it this season? Please. And I ain't going to get too ahead of myself. But please, 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 please. And we're going to end that topic there. Next topic. The version of you people don't know. And what I mean by this, I always hate when somebody be like, man, they wasn't like that growing up. They wasn't like that in school. They not like that now. Let me ask you this. Do you dwell on your past or do you learn from it? Let me rephrase. Let me repeat that. Do you dwell on your past or do you learn from it? The same person that was that person a couple years ago, today may not be that same person. Tomorrow may not be that same person. the same, oh, he ain't gonna do that. She ain't gonna do that. I bet you she will. I bet you she will if it come down to it, or he will if it come down to it, because you can never underestimate folks and you can never label folks, because we truly don't know who people really are underneath the mask. And what I mean by that, some people may know a version of you from some long time ago, a version of you growing up, a version of you that they just met, but that still don't mean they really know you. And like, a lot of people, they try to label people as a certain category or a certain person, or they know that person, and then things happen. They be like, well, I never knew they had it in them. I never knew they would do it. What Tupac be saying, I ain't a killer, but don't push me. A lot of people ain't just finna take a lot of people's stuff no more. Like the most innocent person in the room, you push them to the limit, they gonna snap. The softest person you know, you push them to the limit, they will do it. The softest person you know can pull a gun and pull the trigger. Person that took out everybody, the biggest gangster in the world could get taken out by somebody that ain't never pulled a trigger a day in their life. I don't know if y'all ever watched The Wire, but Omar got taken out by a little kid. It just happens like that. You never underestimate folks, and you should never think you truly know folks, no matter what you know. Because that's really what could get you killed, what could get you played, finessed, all that. That's what gets people killed, thinking everybody real, or thinking they know people, because we really don't know people. You don't know who that person is when they leave that room. You don't know who that person is when they get in that car and going about their business, when they leave their job, or when you don't see them no more. Like, for example, I think I could know Dre. Dre could leave right now and be a whole different person. I don't know. But that's him. That's his business. I never underestimate folks. You never know who they could be behind closed doors. And back to what I was saying, when people be like, man, I never knew he was like that. He wasn't like that growing up. Maybe he was. Or maybe he won't. Maybe he had some things in the past that molded him into the person that he is nowadays, that he ain't gonna play that stuff he played with in the past. Or she ain't gonna play with that stuff she played with in the past. Like, there's somebody you could talk to crazy their whole life. Pick on them, bully them, whatever you want to call it. You try that nowadays, they might mess around and pop you. They might mess around and just beat you up, cause the people on you. You never know. Like, people learn from their mistakes, and some people don't learn from their mistakes, and it's okay. But, like, for me, speaking from my own experience, I had to learn from a lot of my old mistakes and carry myself a whole different way. Truthfully speaking, I don't know if kid me and adult me would even get along, just on how I had to mold getting a little ahead of myself, on how I had to mold myself into who I am today. Because kid me had to learn off of past experiences and mistakes that he made. That teenage me had to learn, then he had to learn off his experiences that molded him into adult me. Like, for example, my love life, I thought I knew, like, okay, this is my type of woman. Then I realized it ain't my type of woman. I thought I knew the game. Then I realized I didn't know the game. Players slip up. But I'm saying that to say, stop thinking you know people. Because you really don't know people. You only know what they show you or what they tell you. And stop going off of people's past. Because just because they was like that in the past don't mean that's who they are now. Vice versa. You could be the hardest person in the world in the past, now you probably soft. You could be the soft person in the world, now you probably the hardest. Go both ways. That's just how life works. And in the end of the day, none of that really matter. We are all, in the day, in our casket, we're going to be by ourselves. So, that don't really matter. I'm just being real. Like, stop thinking you know people, because you really don't know people. And I just had to learn that the hard way. Like, I used to think like, man, he ain't never had that in him. Then I go read news. Dog. Him? He did that? She did that? She had a baby? Like, you never really know people, man. Like, and it's just scary in the world, because like, just like a lot of people, like, you don't know them. You don't know what they're capable of or what they'll do if they push to that point. And I just don't want people to get too, stuck in their ways, thinking they know people are trying people or treating people a certain way to where it ends up backfiring on them because they thought they knew somebody and then I'm going to keep it PG. They messed around and found out. But like, hey, like that's the big thing. Like a lot of people don't really know people, man. And it's just a big world problem. Like growth can make people uncomfortable. It can make them to somebody who they don't want to be, but it's better for the long run. You got to outgrow certain environments. You got to outgrow certain like ways, certain habits that you used to do. You got to really have discipline to be a better person or whoever you want to be. And like you got to stop letting like people judge you off of your old versions, because if you know that's not who you are no more or that's not who you ever was, then why let it bother you if people think that way about you? Just let them think that, because you know who you are deep down. And regardless, some people gonna be mad that you changed and they can't play you like they used to play you, or think, oh, like, some people be mad because you don't want to sit and just be that same person and you growing and you trying to develop to be somebody who you truly want to be. And that's just how it is. You just got to use all that into perspective and balance it with life, go on with life, and use it from your point of view. From my point of view, that's how I use it. Like, I don't think I know nobody. I don't underestimate folks. And I don't really get mad at folks when they be like, dawg, Don, you changed. You a whole different person now. You look way different. You act way different. It's called growth, man. And I think everybody should grow in all aspects of life and not dwell on the past, because the past is the past for a reason. We're going to only focus on the future, man. I'm going to end this episode with engaging with y'all. Please let me know any feedback, any comments, anything I need to improve on, because who am I telling y'all to grow and I can't grow for myself or learn from things that I need to do better? Because y'all are my listeners. Y'all are my audience. Y'all are my supporters. I love y'all. If y'all never heard me say, I love y'all for supporting me, because y'all could be doing anything else with y'all time right now and y'all watching my podcast. Even if you ain't see this message and you still clicked on it, I still support you. You know what I'm saying? And please give me feedback. Please give me advice. Please give me topics you want to hear me talking about. Something you think is cool, something you think is not cool. I need all that. I need all the advice, all the feedback, all that. I love it. I love constructive criticism, man. I love all that, and I love to engage with my folks. We're going to have some guests coming up here very, very, very soon, because I know y'all want to see some guests up here. We're just trying to get into a flow of things, getting y'all to really know me and just really get into the purpose of this podcast and letting everybody know there's some chill things going on. Ain't no negative things going on. We ain't doing nothing for clout over here. We ain't trying to, go viral off some clown stuff, off some corny stuff. We just keeping it real, engaging with the audience, engaging with the community, all that. So anything you want to let me know, comments, get up with me on my pages, DM me, Messenger, Facebook, all that. I love all the feedback. You want to just talk to me about anything? If you going through some things, just need somebody to talk to, I'm here for you. I don't judge nobody. You can talk about anything with me, man. I was that person at school. I sat with every table at lunch. The weird kids, the cool kids, the bad kids, the good kids. And I sat with teachers too sometimes. So anything you need, just let me know. I don't judge nobody. And I'm very, very, like, I'm just very, very open to people. I can hear anything and not judge you at all. This was another episode Off the Dome with Don. Shout out my homie Dre. Shout out 810 Studios. Shout out Miss Tamika. And we out.